I would pass my NCLEX the first time around. Jay, you got this. Girl, you got this. You can do this. It's okay. You can do this. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you can't tell by the title, baby, this video is a very special video because a reintroduction is in order. Your girl has passed her NCLEX. And I'm officially an RN. If you're new here, my name is Jemai Rochelle, and I just graduated from Georgia State University with my BSN in nursing. Y'all, this is unreal. This is crazy. Like, I've had to restart this video so many times because I don't even know what to say. I am so happy, so blessed, so relieved, so grateful. Just a lot of emotions. A lot of emotions is what I've been feeling these last few weeks. So I took my NCLEX almost a week ago, and I found out that I passed the next day. So I guess I can start from the beginning. When I graduated from college, from my nursing program, I literally gave myself 2 weeks. I said, I'm not studying, I'm not reviewing nothing, I'm not looking at a book, I'm not reading nothing. I did not want to study at all because I was so burnt out from nursing school. I was just like, my brain hurts. Like, just the thought of studying made me want to throw up, made me nauseous. I was just like, I can't do it. I need a break. So I gave myself a 2-week break. I went to Dallas, took a little vacation, and it was great. And so by this time, I hadn't received my ATT, which is the number, the authorization number that you get from the Board of Nursing, I think, either the Board of Nursing or Pearson VUE. And so your school has to send off your transcript and all that information, and then that will give them the green light to send you your ATT number. And you need that number to apply for the NCLEX. So fast forward, I received the ATT number, which that took several weeks. I graduated on May 7th, I believe, May 6th or May 7th. And we had a mandatory review on like the week of the 11th through the 13th. So the following week, we had a mandatory NCLEX review. And then after those 3 days, then our school sent off our transcript so that we can get our authorization to test. And I believe that took between a week and a half to 2 weeks before we got that. So this is looking like the end of May when I finally got the authorization to even sign up for the NCLEX, right? But that was fine because excuse me, that was fine because I wanted to give myself a 2-week break anyway. So first week of June or the last week of May is when I was able to sign up for my NCLEX, and y'all, they had nothing available for July. Absolutely nothing. No test dates available for July, only June. And I was freaking out because I was like, dang, I didn't study. I haven't been studying, and I wasn't really expecting to take the test so soon. I wanted to give myself at least a month to study for the NCLEX. So I signed up originally for June 22nd to take my NCLEX, and what I did was I listened to all of the Mark K lectures, listened to every single last one of them, downloaded the yellow book, downloaded the blue book. Didn't really use the blue book, went through the yellow book. So when I first started listening to the videos, I didn't have the yellow book, but once I found that, I felt like it was a lot better to actually have something to look at as I was going through and listening to the audio. So that's what I did. So like the first 7, I listened to the first 7 lectures, or maybe like the first 5 to 7 lectures before I even got the yellow book. So I went back, re-listened to all of those with the yellow book, took notes on that, and then I, you know, finished the rest of the videos. So once I listened to all of those, I started doing UWorld. So when I first started, I still wasn't ready to study, honestly. I still needed a break. I still felt like I was burnt out. So I would take like, 10 questions here, 15 questions there, sprinkle in another 10 questions here. It wasn't like heavy, heavy, heavy. But then I buckled down and I was like, okay, this is real. Like, sis, you really got to take your NCLEX, right? So that first week went by, I just listened to Mark K. The second week went by, I started dabbling in UWorld. And by the end of that second week, I was like, there's no way, there's absolutely no way that I'm going to be able to take my exam on the 22nd. So my boyfriend, he actually rescheduled, he was able to reschedule his test. So I was like, let me see if I can reschedule my test. Maybe they have something in July. And then I saw someone from my cohort who said that she signed up to take her exam in July. So I was like, okay, that's what I wanted. So I went, saw they had something available on July, was it the 3rd? No, what am I saying? It was July 6th. So they only had July 6th available. Now, I was hoping to push my test to like the very, very first week of July, but they didn't have anything available. So I took what they had, and from then on, y'all, I went nuts. After that that test change, that's what kind of kicked it into gear. Like, Jay, you need to start studying for real, because sis, there's no more time. I start my residency soon in July. So I was like, you don't have the option to reschedule your exam again. So this is it. And we're trying to be one and done. So I went nuts. Like, I was taking like 200 UWorld questions a day, listening to the Mark K lectures, listening to Simplenursing videos, watching those on YouTube, because those are amazing as well. And so I just went crazy. Like, some days I would study until I had a migraine. I would study until I couldn't study anymore. And I would just say, doing those practice questions really helps a lot. It helps a lot. You get used to it. And then also, when you're reading the rationales, it's teaching you, because you'll see those same rationales, or you'll see similar information in different rationales as you go through. So I ended up using 56% of my UWorld QBank, so 1,000 something questions. My overall assessment score was a 55%. I was really trying to get to 56, but towards the end, as I got closer to my test date, I was just like, I'm tired. I'm burnt out again. So 55%. I took the assessment, got a 55%, and that was a borderline chance of passing. But I didn't let it freak me out. Once I took that, it was the week before I took my exam. So I took my test on a Tuesday, July 6th. That Thursday, that previous Thursday, is when I took the assessment. So that way I can kind of see like what I needed to work on. And from there, I just went stupid. I just watched so many videos. I redid like the questions that I got incorrect. I re-listened to the Mark K lectures, not all of them, but just the ones that I felt like I needed to brush up on. By that point, a lot of the lectures I kind of knew by heart. Like, I knew the information from listening to it and writing stuff down. And so yeah, the day before my test date, that weekend was 4th of July weekend, y'all. I was at the cookouts, okay? I was at the cookouts with my dry erase board, my Mark K notes, just going crazy, doing questions on UWorld at the cookouts, okay? Because I was like, this is serious. I have to pass. And so that Monday, I told myself I was not going to study. That was a lie. I studied a little bit, a few hours in the beginning of the day. I studied a little bit, and then I would just make comments like to Brandon, like, Brandon, you know, I don't really know this that well. Should I look over this? And he just really kept me on track. Like, no, don't look at nothing else. If you don't know about now, you're not going to know it. Relax. And so I came home that night, y'all. I ate me some good food. I took me a bubble bath. And I got in my bed. And I watched romance movies. I think I watched 2 romance movies on Netflix. And I went to sleep. I had my candles going. I was just like, this is a vibe. I'm trying to relax my mind the day before. So the day of the exam, I took the test at 1 p.m. I left my house at 11. got to the testing site around like noon, 12:30-ish, and started the check-in process. And I just kept saying to myself over and over and over, Jay, you got this. Shout out to the Slay Girl Slay podcast by Ashley. I think her last name is Riggs. I think it's Ashley Riggs. No, Ashley Legs. That's her name. She has a podcast called Slay Girl Slay. I listened to it before the pandemic. I listened to it heavy. Once the pandemic started, I kind of fell off a little bit because I was home. But just re-listening to those podcasts, she's very much so all about women empowerment. Girl, you can do it. Don't let these people make you feel like you're out of place. You deserve a seat at the table. And if you can't get a seat at the table, make your own table. It's okay. So I'm listening to her and I'm like, yes, I can do this. And above all else, prayer. Okay? I prayed so much. I listened to so much gospel music to keep me relaxed because, you know, it's easy to say, I have faith that the Lord is going to see me through. It's very easy to say. And as much as you may believe it, we're still flesh, you know? So those fleshly urges, those fleshly doubts, that anxiety kept creeping up. Every time it would creep up, I would listen to my gospel music and put it back down. It would creep up, I would put it back down. I kept having to say over to myself, Jay, you're going to pass. You're going to pass. I would write that on my whiteboard as I was studying. Jay, you got this. I will pass my NCLEX on July 6th. I will pass my NCLEX the first time around. Jay, you got this. Girl, you got this. You can do this. It's okay. You can do this. I kept having to say that to myself, writing it down, saying it, praying. I would pray and thank God for allowing me to pass weeks and weeks before I even took my exam, because I just had to put it like, what you speak, you're the first to hear, you know? What you speak, you're the first person to hear. Your thoughts control what you say a lot of the time. So I just kept trying to center myself and redirect myself. Positive thoughts, positive affirmations. And during that test, I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, Lord, this question is on you. What we doing? Which one? What's the right answer? Because what is going on? And even through the exam, they give you a little dry erase board that you can, as your scratch paper. I literally had to stop and I had to write, the Lord is victorious, you will pass your NCLEX today. Because I was like, no, anxiety, you're not about to get me today. And I was so calm. I was so calm during the test. Even though I didn't know what the heck was happening, I was so calm. I got to question 75 and I was like, Lord, if this test shuts off, I know I failed. I was like, I know I failed. Just please give me more time. Give me more chances to redeem myself, to prove that I can do this. And so from there, when I saw 76, I was like, thank you, Lord. I kept going. I was seeing those select all that apply questions. I was going. And for me, it kept going up and down, up and down, up and down. I would get select all that apply. I would go for a bit, then it would go back down. Then I would do 2 questions or so. You know, it would go back up to select all that apply. So I felt like I was like, okay, I feel like I'm getting to the hard questions. So maybe I'm in the game. Maybe I know more than what I think I know. And by the next time I looked up, I was on question 92. Kept going. Deep breaths. I didn't take any other breaks. I just kept going straight through. And the next time I looked up, y'all, I was at question 140. And I was like, Lord, we got to get these last 5 questions right, okay? We have to get these right. We have to make sure that they know that I can do this, because I can do this. And so the 141 came, took my time, took some deep breaths. I'm like, Lord, please, Lord, please, Lord, please. I would take that one, go to the next one. Lord, please, take that one, go to the next one. And when I got to 145, I was just like, all right, this is it. After that test, all the suppressed anxiety flooded. My head started hurting. I was like, I don't know what this I called Brandon and I was like, Brandon, I 100% think I failed. And he was like, why would you say that? And I'm like, I just thought that you wanted to know how I felt. He's like, no, I didn't ask. And so he was like, you passed. Say that you passed. And so I just kept saying that I passed. I passed. Rush hour traffic. I was like, I'm going to throw up. I can't do it. So pulled over, went to Atwood's Pizza. If you know Atwood's Pizza in Midtown, bussin'. Went there, ordered me a pizza, sat outside, got some fresh air, ate my pizza, got back in traffic, at a standstill. I tried the Pearson VUE trick at Atwood's. It kept saying your login information is incorrect. Then I finally got in and I saw the good pop up. If you don't know what the Pearson VUE trick is, pretty much you go onto the site, the Pearson VUE site, and you try to re-register for your NCLEX. When you do the same exact thing that you did the first time. You put your card information in, but you put the incorrect expiration date or the incorrect CVC code on the back of the card. And when you hit submit, if a pop-up shows up that says your card information is incorrect or your card declined or something like that, that is the bad sign. That is the sign that means that they pretty much were going to allow you to re-sign up for the exam. But if you put that in and the good pop-up shows up, which is our system indicates that you have already scheduled an exam at this time, another exam cannot be made. That is the good pop-up that you passed, and that is the pop-up that I got. I called Brandon and I screamed. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. Because I wasn't going to do the trick. I wasn't going to do it. But just sitting in that traffic, I was just so antsy. I was just like, I have to know. Like, I have to know. And I got the good sign. But I was like, I don't want to get my hopes up. I have to wait. So the next morning around 8 a.m., I was checking the Board of Nursing website to see if I saw my license number. My name was not popping up. I wasn't freaking out, though. I was just like, you know, maybe it's too early. And then Brandon came over. This man had my name, license number, everything pulled up on his phone. We screamed, we screamed, we screamed. And now we're here, you guys. I'm so grateful, so thankful. Like, I still can't believe it. I can't say it enough. The amount of support that I've had throughout this journey, impeccable, outstanding. You know, for one, my parents, they were kind enough to allow me to stay home the entire time. Not for free, but I was able to stay home. I had a roof over my head. 95% of the time, 90 to 95% of the time, I had a cooked meal. My mom, she cooks. I was fed. I had a roof over my head. I was good. I knew that I was good. That's a major blessing, a major blessing. Like, of course, I still had to work, and I wish that I didn't have to work, but it wasn't bad. And then that leads me into my job. My manager, the most amazing manager that I could have ever asked for. So flexible. My job was very flexible, very understanding. With nursing school, you never know. Like, sometimes y'all know, they call you and say that they need stuff last minute. Oh, you gotta go get this shot last minute. Oh, you gotta go get this background check tomorrow. Like, all the craziness, she rolled with it. She never complained. Like, she just allowed me to do what I needed to do. School came first, and I am forever grateful for that. Like, I stopped working there a week before I took my test, and it was a very bittersweet moment because I love my job. I love the people that I worked with, but that just goes to show, like, they were definitely supporting me and rooting for me the entire way. The people that I've met in school, amazing. Brandon, amazing. My emotional support, like, of course, the Lord, like, God. If it wasn't for God, y'all, none of this would be possible. Like, He is the reason why all these things happening in the first place. Me getting into nursing school, having a place to stay, having a job, having a boyfriend, having a support system, having friends, having family members who are understandable, who work with me, all of that. I could not thank the Lord enough, and I'm just proud to present to you that Nurse J is here. Okay, she's here. I'm starting my residency very soon. My dream job, my dream hospital. I will be on a postpartum unit, and if you guys want, I can definitely go into detail on how I got that entire journey, because that was a journey in itself. But I just want to let anybody know who's watching this video, whether you're in nursing school or not, you can do whatever the heck you want to do. But most importantly, you can do whatever the Lord put on your heart to do. Like, we all have a purpose. We all have something that He put you on this earth to do. And you can do that. You can do that no matter what. I was not the shining light in nursing school at all. Like, I struggled. It was hard for me. This NCLEX, I struggled. It was hard for me. I got all 145 questions. Like, it wasn't easy, but I made it through. And for that, like I said, I am forever grateful. And yeah, that pretty much completes this video, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, I don't even know how to feel besides blessed and happy, because your girl made it. And you can make it too. So I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Check out my shirt, Uniquely Nimari. Check them out on Instagram. She made this shirt for me. It says Nurse Bae, established 2021. And look at her. Look at the fro. It's the fro for me. But alright, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.